Knowledge Check 1. A study of a math intervention reports on an analysis using an outcome measure called the Math Problem Comprehension Test, which the study authors developed. The test contained 15 problems. 5 asked respondents to match an equation to a sentence from a word problem. 5 asked them to identify the numbers needed to solve a word problem. And 5 asked them to write the arithmetic equations needed to solve the word problem. What type of measure is this? A. This is not a standardized test. B. This is a standardized test. A is the correct answer. This is not a standardized test because the study authors developed it. The example does not describe the measure as a state or district assessment, does not include a citation to a technical manual, and does not say that it meets any other criteria for a standardized test. Does it have face validity based on the information provided? A is the correct answer. The test is called Math Problem Comprehension Test, and the items are concrete math tasks based on word problems. Based on this description, the measure meets the WWC requirement for demonstrating face validity. Is it reliable based on the information provided? B is the correct answer. The item does not mention reliability. The WWC requires a measure of internal consistency, like Cronbach's alpha, of 0.5 or higher, a test-retest statistic of 0.4 or higher, or inter-rater reliability, like a kappa coefficient, of 0.5 or higher. Knowledge Check 2. From the population of 4-year-olds in daycare centers, a study randomly selected 30 for a group that heard a different story at each of 6 sessions, and 30 for a group that heard each of 3 different books twice during the 6 sessions. The purpose of the repeated readings in the second group was to assess the development of children's comments and questions in response to familiar stories. The study administered a reading comprehension outcome measure to both groups. The researchers based the questions in the outcome measure on a book used in the second repeated book group, but not in the first group. The researchers scored the responses based on transcripts of the readings and coding of the children's responses to the story. Does the outcome measure in this study meet review requirements? B is the correct answer. The study did not use a standardized measure, so the WWC would require reliability information. The study also did not establish the reliability of the outcome measure. Additionally, there are concerns about overalignment. Members of the repeated book group had practice with the book used in the assessment. Therefore, they had an advantage over members of the other group on the outcome measure. If the study used an overaligned outcome measure, the WWC would rate analyses of the measure does not meet WWC group design standards. This concludes our review of outcome measures, Module 5 of the WWC's Group Design Standards Training. Let's review what we learned in this module. We reviewed the definition of an outcome measure and learned why the WWC assesses outcome measures used to demonstrate impacts in evaluations. We also reviewed how to describe and to apply the WWC outcome measure standard. Just a few final reminders. You can access all the resources mentioned in this module through the WWC website, whatworks.ed.gov. Please note that the full slide deck for this module is available on the WWC website. This includes detailed responses to the knowledge check questions. To receive a certificate of completion for viewing these training modules, you must view the videos on the WWC website. Thank you for viewing the Outcome Measures module.